Good morning, everyone. It's March 1st, 2019. I'm Eric. Complete collapse. Iceberg twice the size of New York City set to break off Antarctica. And if any of you have heard any of the Sumerian tablets, you'll know that supposedly, according to them, this is how the deluge, or Noah's flood as Christians call it, happened. It happened by a giant chunk of ice breaking off in Antarctica. So, dangerous cracks developing across Antarctica's brunt ice shelf are due to unleash a massive iceberg twice the size of New York City, according to NASA researchers who warn when it breaks, it could destabilize the entire shelf. Look at that. NASA recently released images acquired by Landsat satellites of Antarctica's brunt ice shelf, where a rift is visibly slicing through the shelf. Researchers said the crack had been stable for more than 3 decades, but since has been moving north at about 2.5 miles per year. In quotes, the near-term future of brunt ice shelf likely depends on where the existing rifts merge relative to the McDonald ice rumples, said Joe McGregor, a glaciologist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. If they merge upstream or south of the McDonald ice rumple, then it's possible that the ice shelf will be destabilized. The rift is moving toward another fissure, known as Halloween Crack, that is located 3 miles away. Halloween Crack was first discovered in 2016, continues to move east, and when the two rifts intersect in the very near term, an iceberg is formed measuring 660 square miles. It's a big-ass iceberg. In quotes again, we don't have a clear picture of what drives the shelf's periods of advance and retreat through calving, said NASA/UNBC glaciologist Chris Schumann. The likely future loss of the ice on the other side of the Halloween Crack suggests that more instability is possible. Researchers are puzzled on what drives this process, known as calving. Could mean the health of the shelf is in immediate danger. And if that's the case, then pretty much everyone on planet Earth is in immediate danger as well. In quotes again, at worst, this calving could destabilize the remainder of the brunt ice shelf, leading to its complete collapse. Dominic Hodgson, a senior scientist at the British Antarctic Survey, told NBC News Tuesday in an email. This would then likely be followed by an acceleration of ice in the upstream glaciers, increasing their contribution to sea levels. Now, if it cracks and just breaks off and pushes down when it does, that will, of course, cause a giant tsunami. Calving, CALVING, is a natural part of the life cycle of ice shelves, but recent rifts forming in the region are unusual. The edge of the Brunt ice shelf has evolved since Ernest Shackleton surveyed the coast in 1915, but in the last several years, the speed of its transformation has been accelerated. And of course, they're going to blame man-made climate change when this is simply a matter of natural cycles. And right there, they say they are puzzled on what drives this process. So don't let them fool you into thinking that this has anything to do with the CO2 or you breathing, because that's bullshit. The risk of the 660 square mile shelf breaking off has prompted safety concerns for researchers working in the area, particularly researchers at the British Antarctic Survey's Halley Station, a major base for Earth, atmospheric, and space science research. Typically operates year-round, but has recently closed operations due to unpredictable changes in the ice. If the converging cracks destabilize the ice shelf even further, a massive iceberg twice the size of New York City could soon be floating in the Atlantic Ocean. See, I'm having a little bit of problem here. They're leaving out the weight of this thing. Right. Certainly it will float, but the weight of it breaking off will certainly cause downward pressure in the ocean, in the Arctic Ocean, and it will certainly create a giant wave, a tsunami of biblical proportions. And yet, they have left that detail out. Just another sign that shit is going to hit the fan. There's no doubt about it. No doubt in my mind at all. So, how do you prepare for such a thing? Well, firstly, you're going to have to find high ground to go to. I live in South Carolina. I have a large mountain, about 50 miles from here. I can go outside and look down the highway and see it. It's probably less than 50 miles. And certainly there are caves in that area. So I would imagine that it would require people to make it to high ground and try to survive. Anyway, when what's the name of that sun, that brown dwarf star? It's right at the tip of my tongue. Nemesis. When the Nemesis star system, miniature star system, it gets closer, and it is getting closer, I would say that it will cause this crack to be more abrupt, meaning it will break the chunk of ice off and it will fall into the ocean, just like it says in those Sumerian tablets. Specifically, the Lost Book of Enki and the Atrahasis. So, if you live anywhere near a mountain, you might want to think about what you might do to get there, because when this crack fully breaks, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly for all of us. Anyway, I thought I'd share this with you because I would say that this is pretty near being a red alert. Hope everyone has a great day. Till next time, kill the state, live free.